Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to another vlog. So today is Sunday and we've got some family coming around for lunch and I love baking, so I thought I would bake a cake for our pudding, and I just thought it would be quite fun to vlog because, as I said, I really like baking and I've wanted to kind of do like a little bake with me video for ages, but I'm not a professional at all and I'm not actually any good at like decorating. I just like making the actual mixture and eating it. I'm not a neat baker, that's why I think I'm not very good at all like the little precise decorating. I just like making things like lemon drizzle, because on the top all it is like lemon juice and sugar, and I'm making a Victoria sponge today, so nothing too intricate, but I haven't really shown you our kitchen and I just thought it would be a nice little homely vlog for today. So I have shown you our kitchen before, but it has changed a little bit. We've had the flooring changed, so this wooden floor runs all throughout downstairs now. We got these chairs from Dunelm, which I absolutely love so much. I just really feel like they completely like make this area. We painted this wall because it was a really like gross blue before. Also, if you can see the gazebo outside, that is because Tom was cutting loads of wood last week and it was raining, so we put this up so he didn't get wet, but we haven't taken it down yet, so that is what that is for, if you see that poking through the window. But yes, this was a horrible blue, and just for now we have painted it like a creamy colour. These units and worktops were the same ones when we moved in. I really would like to change them, and also the splashbacks here as well, this sort of thing. I think we would like to change that to tiles, so potentially there will be some more changes around here soon. Also, that hello pillowcase hanging on top of the door. Don't you find when you're trying to dry bedding indoors, there's just like not enough space to put it all, so there's a pillowcase on the door. But that door will be painted white as well. There wasn't actually a door there. This just goes through to our utility area with loads of cardboard and recycling I need to take out. But there wasn't a door there, and I just thought it was quite nice to sort of close that area off. I definitely should have tidied up before I started doing this video. Well, basically I tidied this area where I was going to be baking, but not this area. And yeah, so we've just got our cooker, hob, cooker, microwave on this side. So it's a really nice spacious kitchen. I've never ever had, like at my parents' house we had a big kitchen, and then whenever I've rented properties they've been like the tiniest kitchens. So I'm really excited to have this space. Oh, and I'll just show you this side as well. So we've got like loads of storage space. Oh, there's my tripod ready to go, and also bought some bananas and a cheat banoffee pie thing. So basically I've just bought the base and this caramel, and then I bought bananas. Oh, there's my braces as well. If you like banoffee pie and you're having people around and you want to make a really quick pudding, but it's kind of, it's not homemade obviously, but it's like hand put together. So buy the pastry base, I just layer in the caramel, do some slices of bananas, and then whip the cream and put that on top. Maybe I'll actually include that in the vlog, but I just feel like it's not, it's a bit of a cheap pudding, but if people don't want Victoria sponge, then I thought that's another option that they could have. Today I'm going to be making my mixture on this amazing machine. Oh my goodness, I made a few things in it now and it's so handy. Like, I've always just had a handheld whisk, and this you can just literally stand next to it, pour it in, and it's doing it all for you. I absolutely love it. We also have the toaster and kettle as well. They're just so, I know this sounds so weird to say about kitchen appliances when I say they're so beautiful, but they're just so beautifully made, and like when you're using them you can just really feel the quality in them, and literally love them so much. I've always enjoyed baking and making cakes, and I've just like literally it's been a lifelong dream to have a stand mixer like this, and oh my god, it's amazing. Enough of me rambling on, let's get to the baking. So I'm following a Mary Berry recipe that is on the BBC, and I have just preheated the oven to 160 degrees. That is for a fan oven. If it's not a fan, it's 180. So the ingredients that we will need, I will link the whole recipe down below, but the ingredients we will need are 4 free-range eggs, 225 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of self-raising flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 225 grams of butter. Before I start making the cake mixture, I'm just going to fold up some kitchen roll and just rub it in the butter, and then just rub it around the cake tin just to stop any sticking. I bought these cake tins from Amazon, and they have this latch on them, so when the cake is cooked you just undo the latch and it kind of all comes off. Because before I've tried like cutting them out, cutting like the sponge out of the case, and it just gets really messy. I'm just gonna do the other one as well. I think these were like £12 for 2 on the cake tins, which I think is pretty good. So they are all buttered up. Okay, so I'm gonna just chuck everything in together. So it's 4 eggs. Last week I attempted to do this video while I was making a pavlova. And we made all the mixture, filmed all the mixture making, and then it was on New Year's Day and we were going to my mum's for lunch, and then I just realised the time, and basically I had to take the pavlova out early, and I had to not ice it, so like decorate it when I got there, just because it needed to cool before I put the cream and everything on. It was just a bit of a disaster, but the meringue was really nice and tasted really good. So I might just insert that after this in this video, because I don't want to waste the footage, and it shows you how to make a meringue. So I thought we'll keep that in there. Another little baking video within this video. So that's 4 eggs are in. What else? 225 grams of caster sugar going in, 220 grams of self-raising flour going in, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then 225 grams of butter. So I'm just going to melt this out. That is so much butter. So I've just put the whisk on. Let's get to mixing. I'm just going to start this on a slow speed so the flour doesn't go everywhere, and then just slowly move it up. But this is what I mean, like now I can like tidy up and clear up whilst that is doing its thing. This is actually a really easy recipe. It's only like 4 or 5 ingredients for the sponge, and it's kind of just like chuck it all in and whisk it up. You really don't need one of these. For years I have made cakes without one of these, and if you want to start getting into baking, I feel like this is quite a good cake to start with, or a lemon drizzle, because they're quite simple really. We're just making one batter. I've just chucked all the ingredients in one pot, mixed it all up, put it in the cake tins in the oven. When it's cooled down, we will then make the filling. I'm going to go with a buttercream and jam. I did think about fresh cream, but I think I prefer buttercream. I think it's just a little bit sweeter. So we have our cake mixture. Personally, I love cake mixture. You just have to check it's right. So I've just got a little plastic spatula, and I'm just going to try and get as much off the whisk as I can. Now I'm just going to distribute evenly into these 2 cake tins. My cake tins seem to be quite big because they're like not filled at all, and I really wanted like a nice thick Victoria sponge. I'm just gonna make a quick another batch, but just do half the ingredients. So I just made up a little bit more mixture, and I just feel like that has filled them a little bit more. So these go in the oven for 25 minutes. But I'm going to put the timer on for 20 and then just check them just to make sure they're not burning. Hey Google, put a timer on for 20 minutes. See you in 20. So I've just washed everything up. There's 1 minute left on my timer for the cakes, and Tom has come down and taking over the banoffee pie. So what's going on here?
I'm trying to squeeze that little flour in there.
So as I showed you, we've got the pre-made pastry case.
No, I made the pastry. And the sauce.
The caramel came out of the tin as well. We just gave it a bit of a whisk, poured it in. We're just chopping some bananas. Tom's chopping some bananas. And then we're gonna whisk up 300 ml of double cream in here. Do you want to do that, or shall I do this?
You can do that.
I'll do this.
Just pour it.
So 20 minutes is up. Oh, they've really risen, which I am very pleased about. Let's have a look. Oh, you can kind of see, can you see they're still quite wobbly? So I know that they definitely need longer. And also we added more mixture, so they will take a little bit longer to cook. So I'm gonna put another 5 minutes on the timer and just keep checking every 5 minutes now.
We whipped the cream too much.
How's it going?
Very well. Cream's a bit too much. Could you put it back on? Leave you for 1 second and you miss
No,
it.
this is perfect whipped cream. That is whipped to perfection. I always do the clean knife test to see if my cakes are cooked. That is clean. They are done. Happy New Year. Today is the 1st of January, the first day of 2020. It is 10 AM. I'm going to my parents' house for New Year's Day lunch, and I am going to take a pudding. And I thought, after Christmas, nobody wants like a really heavy chocolatey pudding. Well, I always could eat that, but I thought I would make a Pavlova because everyone loves it. It's quite light and it's got fruit on top. So I have made one before a couple of years ago, and it came out fine. And this morning, well actually yesterday, I was watching some videos on YouTube and getting some little Pavlova tips, and I found a recipe that I'm going to follow, and let's just see what happens. I have got my ingredients here. So you need 6 large eggs, 350 grams of caster sugar, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, corn flour and vanilla extract. So when we've mixed the meringue, I'm going to pour it out onto some grease-proof baking paper. When I saw it in the video, they basically put the plate down and drew a circle around it, just so you know roughly where to put your mixture and try to kind of keep it fairly neat and tidy within the circle. So this bowl is brand new. I have just washed it up with a clean sponge, but it says to just rub a lemon on the inside of the bowl, basically just to cut any grease, because grease is not good for the meringue apparently. It doesn't get those stiff peaks as if you watch any meringue videos, all they talk about. Now I'm just going to quickly juice these lemons because we need the lemon juice in a minute. So we only need the egg whites. So I'm going to go with the method of the sieve. Oh my god, I haven't cracked that very evenly. The sieve of yolk, you know, you just tip it back and forth. That is the method I'm going to go with today. Oh no! Disaster already. A tiny bit of yolk has just gone in. I'm going to have to start again. I'm sure this wouldn't happen to the professionals. Right, just dried that out and I will need to re-lemon my bowl. And I forgot to preheat the oven, so I'm going to do that now. We preheat to 130 degrees. Okay, so let's give this another go. I'm going to try and crack more in the middle this time. Right, now we have 6 egg whites in there. Let's get mixing. Tom is here as well, being my silent assistant. Okay, so 6 egg whites are in there, and let's pull this down and let's get mixing. So it's set to mix on a medium whisk. So I'm gonna put this is on 2 to slowly go up. I think 4 is medium, or is 5? Well, there's 10, so I'm gonna go 5. Oh no, that's 6. Let's go 5. This is so exciting. So it's still looking a little bit runny, and this needs to be stiff. So I'm just gonna keep going for a few more minutes. So let's just test. I still think that's too runny. Let's keep going. Also, when I was doing my research on meringue, it said if you put your finger in it and rub, you shouldn't feel the sugar grains, and I can still feel them, so I'm going to keep mixing. Apparently if they're not all dissolved, which feeling the grittiness, that means they're not all fully dissolved, the sugar can like seep out of the meringue when you're cooking it, and you don't get that real like crispy edge. So I'm going to keep going on a medium speed. That's basically ready, I think. Now we have to just add a couple more ingredients. So let me get my list. There's 2 teaspoons of corn flour, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So let's just put that back in and make sure that it's all mixed in. Okay, I think that is all mixed in. Okay, here we go. Here, oh my goodness, look at all of this. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep piling it all into the middle and then start shaping it. So now I'm just gonna gently push it to sort of the edge of what I drew earlier. Maybe slightly smaller, because I really want the meringue to be nice and high. I mean, when I watched the video, his was a lot bigger than this, but this looks good. This is only my 2nd attempt at a meringue, so I'm happy with this. So I'm just gonna go around the edge, smooth that all out. Maybe try and make the edges slightly higher, so I've got like, so it's almost like a little bowl, so I can put my cream and berries in the middle. So I'm gonna put this in the oven now for 10 minutes at 130, and then after the 10 minutes, we reduce the time to 90 degrees for 90 minutes. So I've got my sous chef here preparing the berries, and now I'm just gonna do the cream. Okay, so for the double cream, we're good. This is 600 ml of double cream. Gonna whip this up.
Don't matter if it mix up good.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna pour it all in here. I'm so excited to use this for whipping double cream, because whenever I've done it before, it takes so long on a hand mixer. And at least with this, you can literally just leave it and carry on doing other things. Did you unplug it? Might be helpful if it's plugged in.